What if I told you that the Ballon d'Or 2026 race has already started shaping up right now, and we are still in the middle of the football season? No final whistles, no trophies decided yet, but the conversation for the biggest individual award in football is already getting louder every single weekend. The most interesting part is this: we are not talking about one or two players anymore. Are talking about an entire generation stepping into the spotlight at the same time. So the real question is simple. Who is actually leading the Ballon d'Or 2026 race right now, and is it already becoming predictable, or is everything still wide open? Understand this: we need to break the race into different layers, because the Ballon d'Or is no longer just about scoring goals. It is about influence, consistency, big moments, and most importantly, trophies. That means every Champions League night, every league performance, and every international match suddenly becomes part of a much bigger Right now, one of the most talked about names in world football is the young Spanish sensation Lamine Yamal. Just 18 years old, he is already playing with confidence that most players take years to develop. His dribbling, his vision, and his ability to perform in big matches have made fans believe that a future Ballon d'Or winner is already in front of us. But here is where things get interesting, because talent alone does not win the Ballon d'Or. History shows us something very clear. You need trophies, you need Champions League success, you need defining moments that the entire world remembers. That is why players competing in Europe's biggest clubs always stay in the conversation, because every knockout game can change everything in one night. One goal in a semi-final can suddenly push a player into the spotlight. One final can turn a great season into a legendary one. And that is exactly why the Ballon d'Or race is never stable. Right now across Europe, multiple superstars are putting up incredible performances. Strikers are scoring consistently, midfielders are controlling games, and wingers are creating magic every week. But football is not a straight line. It is a momentum game. A player can dominate for 3 months and then disappear due to injury or team form. Another player can quietly stay consistent and then explode at the end of the season and take everything. That is why early predictions in the Ballon d'Or race are always dangerous. Now if we zoom out and look at history, something becomes very clear. The Ballon d'Or almost always follows major trophies. Champions League winners often dominate the final voting. That means the real battle is happening in Europe. Right now, every top club is fighting not just for trophies, but for individual legacy moments, because when people look back at the season, they do not remember stats alone. They remember moments, a last-minute goal in a Champions League knockout, a dominant performance in a final, a player carrying his team through pressure games. Those are the things that define Ballon d'Or campaigns. And that is why, even though we are early in the 2026 discussion, the race already feels intense. Players are building early momentum, mothers are waiting for their breakthrough moment, and a few are still under the radar, just one big performance away from entering the conversation. The pressure is only going to increase as we move deeper into the season, because once the Champions League reaches the knockout stage, everything changes. The spotlight becomes brighter, the stakes become higher, and the Ballon d'Or conversation becomes unavoidable. One player can rise from nowhere and completely change the narrative. So, while fans are already debating favorites and ranking players, the reality is much more simple. The Ballon d'Or 2026 race is not decided, yet not even close, is still being written match by match, moment by moment, and game by game. The most dangerous assumption anyone can make, right now, is thinking the leader today will still be the leader at the end, because football has proven one thing again and again: the Ballon d'Or is never won early. It is won at the end, when pressure is highest and moments matter the most. So the real question is not who is leading. Right now, the real question is who will rise when everything is on the line and the world is watching.